Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a culinary graveyard. We're talking about extinct foods, the dishes, the ingredients, the flavors lost to the mists of time. Some of these, you might say, good riddance. But others, well, they might just make you weep into your soup, wishing you could have a taste. So buckle up. Get ready for a wild ride through history, gastronomy, and a few culinary disasters that would make even the most amateur cook cringe. First up, we've got silphium. Now, imagine an herb so brilliant, so delicious, that it graced the tables of Roman emperors. This wasn't just any old garnish. No, silphium was the culinary holy grail. Used in everything from your Nan's Sunday roast to love potions, it was said to be a culinary Swiss army knife. A dash of silphium could make a bland dish sing, cure your ills, and probably even get you a date with Cleopatra if you played your cards right. We're talking about an ingredient so valuable, they even minted its likeness on coins. That's right, forget your Julius Caesars and Augustuses. This herb was the real star of the show. But here's the kicker. You can't find silphium anywhere today. Overharvesting, habitat destruction, call it what you want, but those Romans loved it to death. It's a tragedy, if you ask me. A culinary crime scene with no suspects and a single victim, our taste buds. So next time you're struggling to spice up your cooking, just remember silphium, the emperor of herbs, lost but not forgotten. Its legacy lives on in ancient texts and scrolls, inspiring modern chefs to recreate its magic. Who knows, maybe one day we'll rediscover this lost treasure. Until then, we can only dream of the flavors that once ruled the ancient world. Next up, we're crossing the pond to America, the land of the free and the home of the extinct American chestnut. Yes, you heard that right. This tree was once a towering giant in the American landscape. You heard me right. This wasn't just some fancy pants ingredient, oh no. It was a cornerstone of the ecosystem and human diet alike. The American chestnut was a staple, a workhorse, the backbone of early American diets. Early settlers relied on it for sustenance, and it played a crucial role in their survival. Imagine a tree so plentiful, its nuts literally carpeted the forest floor. It was like nature's own grocery store, providing an abundance of food. We're talking roasted chestnuts on an open fire, ground into flour for bread, boiled, mashed, you name it. The versatility of this nut was unmatched. This humble nut was as versatile as a bloody Swiss army knife. It could be transformed into a myriad of dishes, each more delicious than the last. Then, disaster struck. A fungal blight, like something out of a culinary horror film, ripped through the American chestnut population. It was a catastrophe of epic proportions. Millions of trees gone, vanished, wiped off the face of the earth. The landscape was forever changed, and a vital food source was lost. It's enough to make you choke on your burger, isn't it? The loss was so profound it's hard to even imagine today. A stark reminder that even the most abundant resources can disappear in the blink of an eye. Nature's bounty is not guaranteed. So the next time you're enjoying a bag of peanuts, spare a thought for the mighty American chestnut, a fallen giant in the culinary world. Its legacy lives on in the memories of those who once relied on it. Now let's talk about a dish so ridiculously extravagant, so over the top, that it would make even the most flamboyant chef blush. This is not just any dish. It's a culinary spectacle that has left historians and food enthusiasts equally baffled and amused. I'm talking about peacock pie, a medieval monstrosity that was more about showmanship than flavor. Imagine the sheer audacity of serving a bird that is more admired for its beauty than its taste. Picture this, you're a king, sitting down to a banquet fit for, well, a king. The room is filled with the scent of roasted meats and the chatter of nobles. Trumpets blare, servants scurry, and then it arrives. The anticipation is palpable as everyone waits to see the grand reveal, a golden-crusted pie. But not just any pie. This is a pie that promises opulence and grandeur. This bad boy is topped with the entire feathered splendor of a cooked peacock. Yes, you heard that right, the whole bird, feathers and all. That's right. They roasted the damn bird, reattached its feathers, and presented it like some kind of grotesque edible art installation. It was a statement piece, a conversation starter, and a testament to the chef's skills. Why? Because nothing says I'm rich and powerful like wasting perfectly good food for the sake of spectacle. It was a way to flaunt wealth and status in the most ostentatious manner possible. Thankfully, this culinary abomination fell out of fashion, probably because someone finally realized that peacocks taste about as appealing as they sound. The novelty wore off, and practicality took over. But the next time you see a pigeon strutting around, spare a thought for its unfortunate cousin, the peacock, forever immortalized as the poster child for culinary excess. It's a reminder of how far we've come in our culinary adventures. Chapter 4, Papyrus, From Scroll to Supper. Right, let's take a trip down the Nile and talk about papyrus. Now, before you think I've gone completely bonkers, I'm not talking about munching on your history books. While it's true that papyrus was the ancient world's answer to paper, it was also a surprisingly versatile food source. That's right, the ancient Egyptians were eating their words literally. The pith of the papyrus plant, the heart of the matter, was roasted, boiled, eaten raw, you name it. It wasn't exactly a gourmet experience, I imagine, but when you're living in a desert, you learn to be a bit creative with your meals. Sadly, papyrus as food has gone the way of the pharaohs. These days, you're more likely to find it in a museum than on a menu. But the next time you're scribbling in your notebook, spare a thought for the humble papyrus plant, a testament to human ingenuity and the art of making do with what you've got. Now let's wet our whistles with a trip down memory lane. Remember sarsaparilla? No, not the cheap imitation stuff you find in theme parks. I'm talking about the real deal, the original cowboy cola that once ruled the Wild West. This wasn't your sugary, mass-produced soda, oh no. Sarsaparilla was a root beer brewed with a unique blend of herbs and spices. It was the drink of pioneers, outlaws, and anyone who needed a bit of liquid courage to face the frontier. But like a gunslinger at high noon, sarsaparilla's reign was cut short. The rise of Big Soda, with their fancy marketing and artificial flavors, drove the once mighty sarsaparilla to the dusty corners of history. It's a shame if you ask me. A reminder that sometimes, progress leaves a bitter aftertaste. So next time you're sipping on your fizzy drink, spare a thought for sarsaparilla, a true taste of the Wild West. Chapter 6, Quinoa, the Incan Empire's Comeback Kid. Alright, let's talk about quinoa, the grain that went from zero to hero faster than you can say gluten-free. This ancient grain, once revered by the Incas as the mother of all grains, fell out of favor for centuries. It was deemed too, peasanty for the refined palates of the Spanish conquistadors. Can you believe the nerve of these guys? But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, quinoa has made a comeback in recent years. And thank goodness for that, this little nutritional powerhouse is packed with protein, fiber, and more goodness than you can shake a stick at. It's a reminder that sometimes, the old ways are the best ways. So next time you're looking for a healthy and delicious alternative to rice or couscous, give quinoa a try. You might just discover your new favorite grain. Chapter 7, Chinese Mitten Crab, the Hairy Horror Story. Now for a story that's more hairy horror than culinary delight, let's talk about the Chinese mitten crab, a creature that sounds like it crawled out of a Lovecraftian nightmare. These crustaceans, named for their furry claws, were once a delicacy in China. People would line up to get their claws on these little monsters, considered a seasonal treat. But here's where things get messy. The Chinese mitten crab is a notorious invasive species, known for wreaking havoc on ecosystems around the world. They're like the culinary equivalent of Godzilla, munching their way through everything in sight. So while they might have once been a tasty treat, the Chinese mitten crab is now a cautionary tale about the dangers of messing with Mother Nature. Next up, we're diving into the depths of the Great Lakes to uncover the tragic tale of the blue pike. This fish, once a common sight, was the stuff of legends. Fishermen would haul in blue pike by the boatload, their silvery scales shimmering in the sunlight. It was a source of food, income, and local pride. But then, like a scene from a horror movie, the blue pike started disappearing. Overfishing, habitat destruction, and invasive species all played a part in their demise. Today, the blue pike is a ghost, a memory of a time when the Great Lakes teemed with life. It's a stark reminder that we need to protect our natural resources, or risk losing them forever. Now, let's lighten the mood with a dessert that's as intriguing as it is baffling. I'm talking about blancmange, a Victorian-era pudding that's about as appealing as a bowl of cold porridge. This wobbly wonder, made from milk, sugar, and almond milk, was all the rage in Victorian England. It was served at fancy dinners, afternoon teas, and probably even funerals, because why not? But like most food trends, blancmange's popularity waned. Perhaps people finally realized that eating something that resembles wallpaper paste wasn't all that appetizing. Still, blancmange deserves a place in our culinary history, if only for its sheer absurdity. It's a reminder that taste is subjective and that sometimes the past is best left in the past. And for our final act, we're circling back to where we began, with the enigmatic silphium. This time, we're delving deeper into the mystery of its disappearance. Imagine a spice so valuable it was worth its weight in gold. Roman emperors hoarded it, poets wrote odes to it, and physicians hailed it as a cure-all. Silphium was the culinary equivalent of unicorn tears, a mythical ingredient shrouded in legend and lore. But its very popularity proved to be its downfall. Overharvesting, coupled with a possible change in climate, wiped out silphium from the face of the earth. Its extinction sent shockwaves through the ancient world, leaving a culinary void that is yet to be filled. So, there you have it. The top 10 extinct foods, a culinary graveyard of lost flavors and forgotten ingredients. It's a reminder that even the most abundant resources can disappear, and that we need to cherish and protect the foods we love. Well, there you have it, you bunch of hungry history buffs. A glimpse into the graveyard of lost foods. Some you might not miss, but others, well, they might just make you want to invent a time machine. If you enjoyed this culinary journey through time, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more delicious content, and let me know in the comments below which extinct food you wish you could try. Until next time, keep your knives sharp and your appetites even sharper.